Three-point land, good. Wood gets a screen from Went, nails a three. Lightpalm with a pull-up. Jay nails it. Great deep bank shot, good. Wainer for three, got it. Intercepted and laid off the glass. Deep shot from the side is up and good. Risberg's two-point shot is in. Splits to the fence and scores with 2 seconds to go.
And welcome back to the Armory. We're getting ready for the second game in our doubleheader tonight as Sheboygan North boys will host Sheboygan South. And Marty, another streak to talk about. The North Golden Raiders have won 11 straight over South, and Dan Koopman yet to taste victory here in the Armory.
He came so close last year in 2 of the ball games, Stu. The one here, they literally had it, and all they needed to do was, I think, a couple of junctures, make 1 out of 2 free throws, and they couldn't do it. And they wound up losing. And it's unfortunate for Dan because, you know, he's a great guy. I think he really has his team well prepared every game, and, you know, it just hasn't worked out so far this year.
I think South, by Coach Dan Koopman's own admission, one of the surprise stories of this basketball season. Picked for middle of the pack, the lower division, and right now find themselves all alone in second place in the Valley. A chance to move into a first place tie with a win tonight.
Couple of things they're doing real well. Number one, they're getting great guard play, especially from Phelan with his scoring, and I think it's Jake Wilson. And as long as they get good guard play, they have a chance. They've got to force inside with Murphy, and, you know, he can take it outside and shoot the jumpers out there too. And the other thing is they're hitting shots when they need to hit them, you know, at key junctures during games. And when you do that, you win basketball games, and that's what they've done this year.
Sheboygan North, of course, Tom Desautels is the master in this league. He's won 400 now in 416 games at Sheboygan North, and a couple of handfuls of conference championships. But the Raiders a different look team this year. Not a lot of size, a lot of pressure.
In a way, Stu, you know, the not a lot of size is something I think that Tom is starting to get used to because they haven't had, you know, the real big guy in a number of years. I think Schremer was probably the last guy.
Well, although Trent Wirtz at 6'8", some might have considered a big guy.
But he didn't play underneath the basket. That was my point.
Okay.
But this year, you know, hey, we're not that good, friends. But anyway, what they're doing this year is they're pressing like they normally do, and they're getting good play, especially from people coming in off the bench, you know, and they've got great guards and they've got good defenders, and boy, that makes a big difference.
Another thing that I would think might help South tonight is they have had a lot of close games so far this year. When you get into this kind of environment, having maybe that last-second experiences they've had might help them.
Oh, I think that's a great point that you bring up, and one of the things that's really helped them come through in those close games has been the guard play. They've been able to handle pressure. I don't know if it was you or Chris and I did a game at South, and they were being pressured, and they didn't have any problem with it for the most part because of the guard play. And when you incorporate that factor of close games and having been used to it, you know, it's only going to help your team.
I'm going to go ahead and set the starting lineups because we're being led to believe there may be some special pregame introductions going on. So quickly running over the starting lineups. Sheboygan South tonight, coached by Dan Koopman, will start Tim Stubbe, a 5'8" sophomore. He wears number 3. Josh Zastro, a 6'1" senior, will wear number 5. Jake Wilson, a 5'10" senior, wears 25. Nick Phelan, a 5'10" senior, wears number 31, and at 6'5", the tallest guy on the floor to start the game, Scott Murphy, he wears number 43.
Stu, can I jump in here for a second? Tim Stubbe is making his first start of the year. He's been out all season with a football injury, and he's a small guard but very quick, and he's only going to help.
For Sheboygan North, Tom Desautels will counter tonight with number 15, Matt Horzen. Horzen, a 5'11" senior. 6-foot senior Chad Decker wears number 21. Brad Wainer, a 6'3" senior. He wears number 31. Brandon Miller, a senior, number 33. He's 6'1". And Adam Schmitz will round out the starting lineup. Schmitz is a 6'2" senior. So a veteran starting lineup for Sheboygan North. We're going to send it away for commercial right now and be back with the opening lineups right after this.
Festivities, huh?
Having twins can be a handful.
Buy one, get one free.
So when I decided to go back to school, I needed to find one that fit our lifestyle. Lakeland College was the perfect place. They offer an easy-to-manage schedule and counselors to help me anytime. Evening classes at Lakeland don't tie my, our life in knots.
Ever consider a double major?
Fresh produce at Piggly Wiggly.
Corn on the cob, red tomatoes on a vine. Peaches and grapes? I like red tomatoes. I love corn on the cob. Apples. My little brother likes broccoli. He's weird.
Produce that's pampered to perfection. Just one more reason to shop at Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly! Shop the pig! This stuff is
Thanks for cutting the interview a little bit short. Thanks for
I'm
cutting your
Catherine
interview a
Jacoby,
little bit
a
short.
volunteer with
Tell them to come to Sheboygan, Wisconsin. To this game, where these two big high schools and their student athletes, along with their friends, families, and friends, come together for this game. It's about honor, it's about tradition, and it's about all the things that make sports in America a great thing. Are you ready to look at this concert to meet the coaches and teams of this year's War? Number 45, Junior Brendan Bennett. Number 51, Junior Alan Conrad. Assistant coach is Mike Wright, and your Red Wing head coach is Dan Boone.
Are you ready for the war on the shore?
I certainly am. What an announcement.
I tell you what, I'm going to expect the first 3 or 4 shots to be hard off the rim or backboard because these guys have got to be pumped.
Yeah, really.
That was Michael Buffer, in case you don't know it. And I think these guys are ready to rumble. Opening tip controlled by Sheboygan South. Red Wings in the red jerseys, North wearing the white uniforms tonight. Inside, Murphy fouled from behind.
Bogenschutz is going to get tagged with that foul, Stu, and good post position by Scott Murphy.
33, Brandon Miller. Oop, picks up his first.
What did I say?
Bogenschutz.
I meant Miller. They're both Brandon.
I know what you meant, Guru. Murphy outside.
Must be the adrenaline rush.
Phelan gets it inside. Murphy's shot blocked, I think, from behind. Here comes Sheboygan North, their first possession on offense. Decker with the ball.
Got to keep an eye on Chad because he'll shoot that three-pointer.
Averaging about 14 a game. Wayner, the leading scorer for the Raiders. He scores about 15 a game. Tips in his own miss, and North scores the first points on Wayner's 2.
Well, he split the defense on the first attempted shot. He missed that, but then, like you called, Stu, he got the tip up again and put it down. Key matchup is Wayner on Phelan.
Zastro takes a long three-pointer, scramble, and jump ball. Possession arrow favors North.
It feels like they're loading the equipment.
Is that your car, Marty?
No, Silver got my attention, but it's not a Dodge.
Already a minute 10 gone. North leading 2-0. Decker draws the foul. Shot doesn't go.
Well, a good head and shoulders fake in the lane. Stu got the defender up in the air.
Jake Wilson whistled for the personal, his first. North leading the league with a perfect 5-0 mark. South in second place at 4-1.
Well, your prognostication so far, Stu, hasn't held true. Their shooting touch is pretty good, at least for the Northsiders.
Or 4-0 North. Stubbe, the sophomore, breaks the pressure. Taking it hard, reverse layup. No good by Wilson.
Well, one thing that North is going to have trouble doing, and that is containing Stubbe. You can't get up and pressure him too much. He'll go right around you. You got to play him a little more straight up.
Murphy had a little bank shot that didn't go, and North will get the basketball. So South going it for 3 on their first 3 attempts from the floor. Decker will drive the lane and score. Murphy thought about the 3 and then thought better of it.
Well, Wayner's on Phelan, and he's a little bit taller, maybe by about 2 inches or so, maybe even a little bit more. Nick's going to have trouble getting his shot off.
There you see the Phelan-Wayner matchup. Murphy, a surprise recipient, it looked like, of that pass. Long bomb, Stubbe.
Oh, he almost took that one from out in the parking lot.
And traveling called as Miller tried to clear that board and fell to the ground. Another sophomore, Kyle Tetschlag, will check into the game for North.
Tetschlag has logged more and more minutes as we move through the season, Stu, and he's been a very productive player off the bench.
Zastro, Stubbe. Wraparound pass, Phelan from the corner. Short of the mark, Zastro cruises in, can't convert on the offensive board.
Well, a good attempt by Josh Zastro. Ball just wouldn't go down for him.
Wayner from 3, hard off the bracket. Offensive board, Decker takes it to the hole and scores. Decker has scored 6 straight, and the North lead is 8-0. Dan Koopman will take a 30-second timeout.
Well, we've seen this before. Chad Decker is so athletic, and he gets those rebounds. He's jumping over taller people, And then once he gets it, he has that knack for splitting the defenders, Stu, and getting it right to the rack and putting it up and in.
Once South gets untracked, I can see this game unfolding much like the regional final that we saw last year at Sheboygan North, with fast pace and up and down action.
One thing that South will try to do, Stu, I believe, is they will try to push the ball up because they have the guards to do it. It's just a matter of getting that first shot to drop.
I think the wind chill's about 5 degrees on the stage right now, Marty.
Yeah, I could talk to Bobby about that. He's helping the North High band get their equipment loaded up and back to school.
Zastro. Now Stubbe, right side. Off the double team, gets it to Murphy. A whistle and a turnover call against Murphy, so North gets it back. They're on an 8-0 run. South has opened up the game with just about a 3-minute scoring drought.
A good little pick and roll play. Murphy looked like he would have had the open shot, but the turnover occurred first.
North's pass was knocked away by Murphy, and Zastro comes up with a basketball for the Red Wings.
Another player that's in uniform tonight for South that hasn't played all year is Alan Conrad. He had a broken collarbone, and I talked to him the last time we were at South, and he was expecting to be back sometime after Christmas.
North forces a turnover. Decker will take it to the basket on the other end and fouled by Zastro. He can't believe the call.
I think he took a swipe, and sometimes when you do that, Stu, you're going to get called whether you hit him or not.
Somebody's trying to call me, Marty.
Renee?
It's a private call. Decker hits the first free throw. And rolls the second one in, so Decker with 8 points. North scored the first 10 of the ball game. Just underway at the Armory, 4:20 to play in the first quarter. Stu Hoffensberger along with Mike Martin. Sheboygan South girls beat North 84-68. Murphy from way outside, no good. And another 1 and out for the Red Wings as North brings it the other way. Orzen for 3, no good. Phelan with the rebound for South.
Once Matt gets the ball, you know, he likes to get it up there, and he did that time. He had a good look, just couldn't get it to drop.
Decker with the steal. He'll take it all the way and score. 10 straight points for Chad Decker, and the North lead is 12.
And another timeout.
Timeout, Sheboygan South, 3:37 to play first quarter, and the Raiders are throwing a shutout, 12-0.
Since that day, the world has changed a lot, and we have changed with it, coming together with purpose and hope. All of us, your concern and caring has led the way. To every one of you who has helped another person during their time of need, America salutes you. Keep that spirit alive.
So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part. New research tells us that just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
For more advice on how kids can build strong bones, visit AAOS.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Maybe using it over the next couple of games, though.
There you see a shot of Tom Desautels in his 26th season at Sheboygan North, or is it 27, Marty?
26.
All right, thanks for checking me. And I tell you what, he's not fooled by a 12-0 lead. Those things disappear in this building rapidly.
Well, we saw that just the other night in the Badger game. They were up 15 in the second half and couldn't hang on and lost it.
Stubbe dribbles through a bunch of pressure.
Well, I mentioned before, North is not a real tall team, but on a man-per-man basis, they're probably a little bit taller than the Southsiders.
Raiders had a double team. Stubbe got out of it. Murphy inside, and a hard foul that time. Adam Schmitz I think is going to get the foul.
They're calling it a no-shot foul, Stu. Surprises me.
Schmidt's got the foul, but I think it was Wayner that got the better shot in. Brandon Miller comes back for North, replacing Schmitz. South ball underneath, Murphy. That was Wilson. Now Phelan on the left side. He'll drive into the lane. Horzen's going to be called for a block or hold. First personal on Matt.
Change in defensive assignments. Horzen had Phelan that time and not Brad Wayner. Right now they've switched back.
Greg Manns will come in for North, replacing Horzen.
Here you see Greg, number 11.
Stubbe triggers the inbounds play.
I see why that is, Stu. They're in a zone defense on the inbounds. Well, looks like they're back to man-to-man.
Wilson to Zastro. His shot no good, and South continues to be cold from the field.
Well, Brandon Miller with a real strong rebound that time.
Decker's got the hot hand, but when they let him drive like that, it's easy. 14-0. Decker with 12.
Well, we saw this the other day over at North. You know, the other team keeps letting him go to his right, and he's almost unstoppable. Got to force him back the other way.
2:20. South yet to score in this ball game. Murphy kicks it back out. Stubbe, a long three, and he notches it. South on the board in a big way. A three from Stubbe.
Well, South off the schneid. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Stubbe's got some major league range. That was at least a full step outside. Offensive foul call against Decker, his first.
Well, in that particular attempt at the shot, Stu, he didn't get to go all the way to his right like he had the other 4 times. He forced him a little bit back in the middle. And spinning back to his left, he wasn't nearly as successful.
Phelan double teamed, gets it to Stubbe. Under 2 minutes now to go in the first quarter. Another long bomb. Phelan might have been fouled after the shot, but South throws it away.
I think he definitely was. And you know what happens as an official, that shot goes up in your eyes kind of automatically. It shouldn't be like that. You know, you should have trained habits of watching the shooter. Instead, you follow the ball and you miss things like that. And it was definitely a foul committed.
Admir Ibisevic checking in for South, number 35, 6'5" junior.
Big guy. When we did the opening Valley game of the year, West was at South. He proved to be very valuable in the middle.
Brandon Dawn also in for Sheboygan North. Decker again gets inside, penetration, and scores. It's been a one-man show so far, 14 for Decker.
He's the Whitney here of the boys game.
And a foul called on Dawn. North's getting themselves into some foul trouble here. Not in terms of individuals, but that's a 5th team.
I missed one then. Manns. Nope, not him. Oh, that's where Horzen.
Anthony Vaughn's in for Sheboygan South.
Now North has 6 on my paper.
Tell you what, Ibisevic is already mixing it up inside. He was blocked, but a foul called.
Well, he made a good little move inside, Stu. The trouble is he got himself right underneath the basket and made what should have been an easy put-in, a real difficult shot.
Petchlog picks up his first personal. Ibisevic gets the first.
Now Bogey's in the game.
hits both, and it's 16-5 North. 1:05 left in the opening quarter.
A couple of nice looking free throws by Admir.
Schmitz, spin move, called for the walk. Raiders with the double team in the corner. High bounce pass to Vaughns.
Better hurry up, they're gonna not get the...
Horzen just a little bit late, and he's called for his second personal.
Actually bailed out South. It looked like they were right in line for a 10-second violation.
So Horzen will probably sit for a bit. He's got 2 personals. And South will be shooting free throws from this point on.
This is awfully early to be in the bonus. If you're a North fan, you don't like that. If you're a South fan, you love it.
Jake Wilson misses the front end, and the rebound controlled by Miller. North leads by 11. They scored the first 14 points of the ball game.
South in a man-to-man defense.
Got 30 seconds left here in the quarter. Schmitz, right side. Bogenschutz, fouled on the arm. Bisevic picking up his first.
Only the 3rd foul, right? South, so they're in pretty good shape.
Wayner, short bank shot.
Wayner taking it very hard to the hoop and got what he was looking for, and that's a basket.
Most of the North shots have come within 10 feet. Many of them from within 5.
Matter of fact, the only real outside shot I remember is Matt Horzen's.
Zastro, shot no good, and that's the horn sound at the end of the first quarter. Sheboygan North leading Sheboygan South 18-5.
This message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
In these turbulent times, let us not erode the liberties our country was built on.
Let it shine.
If you had a crystal ball, what future would you see? At CARE, we see a time when everyone lives with dignity, where every child has a chance for a healthy life, a world without poverty. It's not just wishful thinking. We're working with people everywhere to one day make this vision a reality. Help build the future we all want to see and the world we all want to live in. CARE, where the end of poverty begins.
Our officials tonight are Keith Bondi. He'll be handing the ball to Nick Phelan and Rick Schwartz. They're both from Manitowoc, Stu.
Second quarter about ready to start. South will go with Stubbe, who's got the ball, Phelan, Bisevic, Murphy, and Wilson. We'll set the North players for you here in a second. Another foul called. Mans on the floor for North. Decker, Schmitz, Miller, and Wayner. Mans, his first personal, and free throws coming for Phelan.
Phelan had a slick little move going off to his left, and then he flipped it back to his right hand and split the defenders, and that's when the foul occurred.
The South went almost 6 minutes in the first quarter before scoring. It takes them just 9 seconds here in the second. And a 2-for-2 trip for Phelan, his first points of the night, and it's back to an 11-point lead for the Raiders. Decker had 14 in the first quarter. Wayner had the other floor for North. Dawn inside to Decker. He's double teamed. Spin move inside, and he scores again. He is red hot, Marty.
And that time he did go to his left.
And a travel called on Phelan.
Well, I thought he carried the ball. We didn't call it a travel. I thought it was a good call on the official. He cupped the ball in his hand as he did the crossover. That's a play you don't see called quite as often as you used to, Stu. I think players get away with that a lot more than they used to.
Dawn out front. This is Wayner now with the basketball.
Wow,
he splits the defense and scores an easy two.
That is
Wayner with
outstanding.
6. Bisovic overlays, gets his own board.
Oh, can't get
the putback, but he's fouled.
Well, again, Stubbe is a creator out there. You got to stay in front of him. You can't let him get around you.
Decker his second. I think the one thing that could give North problems as the season unfolds is the size factor, and South right now with a big lineup compared to the Raiders. And Bisovic apparently is a good free throw shooter because he's notched 3 in a row.
He's not a real big offensive threat. You know, he's more of a banger kind of guy, the cement mixer kind of guy, but he's very valuable in that role, and another big body for rebounding and defense.
North 22, South 9. Brian Herman's in the game for North. Pinballing around the basketball. North picks up the loose ball. Herman head fake, and he's fouled. Stubbe, his first personal.
Good hustle by both teams. North getting the better of it that time.
I thought there was a silver ball out there rather than an orange one for a second.
Really?
The way it was pinballing around, Marty.
Yeah.
Remember those pinball games?
Admir picked up his second foul. That could be, could hurt South.
Dawn with the give back to Wayner. Wayner pull up 10-footer. Rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound by Bisovic. Phelan left side on the dribble against Wayner. Cross court, Stubbe for 3. Off the rim, no good. Bisovic put back.
Good rebound and a putback by Bisovic. And a good cross court pass to get everything started.
Dawn on the drive, and it looks like Stubbe will pick up that one. You're telling me Admir has 2 now, Marty?
Yep.
Brandon Dawn going to the line for the Raiders, a 5'10" senior.
South all of a sudden becomes quite young with Ketchlog and Herman, a couple of sophomores on the court.
Dawn misses the first.
North had a very hot start, but scoring has definitely tailed off in the second quarter so far.
Dawn 0 for 2 trip. And Kyle Ketchlog gets tagged with his second. Already 10 team fouls on the Raiders, so 2 shots coming for Ryan Lubach.
This is a case like we had mentioned in the girls game when North girls got in the bonus quite early. It was important for them to make their free throws to make up the deficit. The same can be said for the South boys in this game.
Lubach to get a second. Hit that one. His first point of the night. North lead is cut to 10. 5:55 to go. First half from the Armory. Wayner left side was looking into the lane, saw nothing open, brought it back out front. Guarded closely by Phelan. Dawn for 3, did it.
Contributions off the bench.
First points of the night for Dawn. Wilson against the pressure, breaks it. South has numbers. Inside Lubach short. Abisovic another offensive board. And he's going to get free throws. No?
I think they got the foul on Brandon Miller.
Marty, good eyes.
Misovic is going to have 2 more free throws. He's 4 for 4 so far. He's got lead South in scoring with 6. Now 7.
This will be the Red Wings' 11th attempt here in the first half.
That's a lot. And they've hit on 9 of them.
So the big junior has 8 and South within 9. Gone, another 3. No good. Tetchlog had it for a moment. Abisovic picked up the loose ball. South on the breakout. Murphy scored.
Well, Herman provided pressure on the shot, but Murphy still got it in.
Murphy's first points. Wayner in a crowd. Ball won't go. Murphy rebound.
And South within 10, down only 9. Oh, nickel and dimer being called on Don.
I don't think so. They're
No.
coming the other way. Bisovic, that'll be his 3rd.
Okay, that happened out underneath the basket, and his 3rd fall. It means he's going to have to go out, I would imagine, the rest of the half.
North's going to take a 30-second timeout at the 4:38 mark. Now, one thing I did notice, Marty, he came into the game, and before the ball had even been handed to the out-of-bounds guy, he had moved out a couple of people. So he likes to get physical in there.
Yeah. You got to like that.
Well, South has outscored the Raiders 9-3 here over the last couple of minutes to pull within 9. At 25-16.
Get a shot of
South fans.
Yeah, Kerry Lipsky in the middle of
You know
your
a few
screen.
guys in there, don't you?
Yeah.
Marty always knows a couple of people in every shot.
You remember Kim Lutsky last year played for North?
Yes.
Her sister goes to South and plays on the freshman team. And they live north of where I live. There you get a great shot at Dan Koopman.
Coop was out to Utah. See Rick Majerus and the gang practice. I had to.
Did you guys go together?
I was fortunate to hang out with the Utah team in Hawaii back in November. Wayner, what a nice move.
That time he went over the defense. He didn't have to split him that time.
Wayner has 8. 27-16 Raiders. I think it's a foul being called.
I think they're getting bogey for one.
You are correct, Mr. Martin.
Boy, oh boy. I didn't think he got close enough to Murphy to hold him.
His first personal.
Well, Murphy's has 2 points. Those coming in this quarter. He's got a chance to bump his total up to 4 and get that 11-point deficit back to 9. Phelan wanting the official to check something out.
No communication going on between the official scorer and the referee.
When you have a double bonus, Stu, they don't bring the substitutes in until the second free throw, and what the official did is he allowed 1 sub in prior to the first free throw, but he's not allowing the second one in.
Murphy hits the first. Is he going to allow him in now, Marty?
Now he'll allow him in, and it becomes a better, or I shouldn't say better, but a legal substitution. Or at least more legal than the first one.
South with a chance to climb back within 9, and they do as Murphy hits 2 free throws. He has 4 points.
And South has hit on 11 of 13, and Wayner can't get that layup to go.
They don't have an answer for his speed right now.
No, not at all.
Another long bomb by the Red Wings. That was Vaughn's from way outside, and is North tagged with yet another foul underneath there? I think so.
That was not a good shot by Anthony Vaughn's. You just about get that shot anytime you want. You work the ball around, see if you can't get something a little nicer than that.
That's 3 personal fouls on Kyle Tetchlog in the first half. So Phelan with free throws, and South could be back within 7 if he converts.
Phelan, no baskets, but he does have 3 free throws.
This will be the 15th attempt of the half for the Red Wings.
Well, you mentioned that North wasn't very tall on the floor. When you take Tetchlog out, they become a whole different team. Mann's taking Tetchlog's spot, and they got Dawn underneath the basket on that inside position on the side of the lane.
Weiner, the tallest Raider on the floor right now. And South has climbed back within 7. 3:43 to play, first half. North cruised out to a 14-0 lead, but South has battled back within 7. It's now 27-20. Mans pressured on the right side. This is Weiner, baseline. Mans for 3. Off the bracket, no good. And a jump ball called. Sheboygan North will keep it on this end.
Zastro and Herman involved in that tie-up.
Weiner to throw it in right in front of me.
Well, Herman had the inside position.
Mans, little 5-footer. I think he got caught between a bank and a regular shot, and as a result, didn't make it. Stubbe tried to go cross court. Weiner with the steal. And in turn, South gets it going the other way. Stubbe ahead to Zastro.
Herman on the goaltending. That'll be a basket for Zastro.
Unless the ball hit the board, that's not a real good call. I'd love to see that again. It was on its way up with the scoop. Unless the ball hit the glass, then it's an automatic. Who gets the points there, Marty? Zastro.
That was Zastro.
South within 5. Weiner on the drive.
That's going to be a blocking foul on Zastro. That's kind of dangerous, jumping in that late.
Second foul on Zastro.
Here we get
to see it again.
Yeah, I think
he hit the rim. That might have been what they called.
I think it was
otherwise,
a
I think not. Well, if he called it because he hit the rim, I agree. Otherwise, it was a bad call. Didn't hit the board. On the way up. Ball was still below the rim. Right when he followed through, he hit the rim, and I think that might have been what they called.
Oh boy. Well, Zastro very quick, taking it to the hoop. Mann's playing pretty good defense, but getting called for the block.
Mann's his second. I'm disagreeing with you on that one, Guru.
On the goaltend?
Unless they called it off of him hitting the rim.
Well, I thought it was a good call.
I know, you always protect those guys. It's that fraternal thing.
Really?
Stubbe. South has clawed their way back, hitting free throws.
I got a striped t-shirt on.
I thought so. Stubbe's first point since that long 3-point bomb. He has 5, and it's now a 3-point game at 27-24.
And South has made an excellent comeback.
Herman with the pass to Mans. Weiner tried to thread the needle, intercepted by the Red Wings.
North has been their own worst enemy with all the fouling. And South, to their credit, has been knocking free throws in left and right.
Kick out to Stubbe for 3, short. Murphy offensive rebound. They're going to call him for a push-off.
Well, they're getting North. I didn't think that was a good call.
Whoa.
Mans now has 3 fouls to him. And Coach Desautels wants another 30. 2:23
to play. Here you see a rebound in this last one.
And you don't see much either, do you?
It's Angle. It's definitely Angle.
Making that call was Keith Bondi. A lot of our fans might know Keith from baseball. He's an excellent baseball umpire.
We've got 15-7 on the foul count right now. Raiders have 2 players with 3, although none of their starters have 3 at this point. But give Sheboygan South a lot of credit. They've hit free throws. In fact, they've hit 9 in a row, Marty. And that's what's got them back in this basketball game.
15 out of 17. You know, it's easy to count because it's always 2. 2 free throws, 2 free throws, 2 free throws.
Yeah, they missed 1 bonus, and Lubach missed the front end of a
double bonus.
Double bonus. Murphy hits the first.
I mean, they're so hot that even when we talk about all their makes, they still make them.
Murphy with 5. And now 6. And South within 1. They've outscored North 21-9 in the quarter.
They were down at one point, 12-0.
14. Wayner out front, guarded by Wilson. Spin move in the lane, 10-footer. And the Raiders end a 10-point run by the Red Wings. Wayner with 10. Under 2 minutes to play in the half.
When you have a player the quality of Brad Wayner, that's what you get. When you need that hoop, you need somebody to get open for a shot. He has that ability.
Balin hits the 15-footer.
And that's his first basket of the game.
6 points on the night for Nick. Wayner, another 10-footer. That one's short of the mark. Murphy clears the rebound for the Red Wings, and they've got a chance to take the lead. Wilson left side. Oh, and North got away with one there.
Well, the referee didn't want to call the fouls and let the contact go, but if you let it go and it forces the offense to go out of bounds, then it's not good.
1:25 left in the half. 29-28 North, they have the basketball. Wayner trying to set up the offense. Wayner head fake. And a foul will go against, I think Wilson is going to get the blocking foul. His second. Free throws coming for Wayner. He missed at his last trip to the line, did he not?
I don't have him for any free throw attempts, Stu, but I do think he did have one. But I was going to say Wilson, got faked out, got off his feet, but he did get help from Tim Stubbe, who sagged in to prevent the drive.
Wayner connects on his first and will get another.
North operating with a small lineup.
Wayner with 12. North's lead back to 3.
A lot of this is happening with Chad Decker on the bench with a couple of fouls.
Decker scored 14 in the first quarter. 45 seconds to go. Phelan double teamed. Got the ball back. Shot blocked and out of bounds to South.
Travis Young had the what looked to be the open putback, but his shot was blocked like Stu called.
I think Schmitz got him on the block. Vaughn's into the game. Murphy, after just a short breather, comes back. 40 seconds left in the first half. Been a little bit of a seesaw game. North sprinted out to a 14-0 lead, and South is climbing back, hitting free throws.
Oh, almost a walk. Yes, they got him. Murphy faked one way, Stu, and when he went back the other way, that's when he committed the walking violation.
I thought he got hammered, too.
Where the heck are you looking?
Had his arm that's half dangling from his...
Kind of looked like that actor on Saving Private Ryan, huh?
Which one?
Walking around with his arm in his hand? I like that one, huh, Stu? Come on, our audience cannot listen to your head shake back and forth.
Once again, send your letters to Mike Martin, care of TV8. I don't know who got that foul, Marty, but Brandon Dawn at the line. And he hits the first free throw.
Just like South hit free throws to get themselves back into the ball game, North is hitting free throws to maintain a small lead over South. It's at 4 right now.
Dawn hits a pair. 5 points for him.
And kind of surprising, Stu, North is not applying full court pressure at this point.
Under 20 seconds. Vaughns with 15. Stubbe out front. Phelan with 10.
Whoa, almost a turnover. Good
Stubbe
quickness.
did a good job to keep the ball in play. Phelan just delivered a big block. Lubach short of the hoop, and that's the end of the first half. So Sheboygan South, with a valiant battle back, has cut the North lead to 5. It's North 33, South 28 at halftime.
Ah, yes, getting started. For most Americans, it can be very difficult, especially when it comes to saving money. But once you wake up to the fact that if you don't start saving now, you just might have the opportunity to work forever. And that can be a real eye-opener. Saving for your financial future is easier than you think. Get started and choose to save. It will pay off in the long run.
I'm driving to work. I can feel the anxiety building. My stomach starts to get sick. I start to sweat.
It's a feeling of terror, like a life and death situation, basically.
Anxiety and depressive disorders are the most common of all mental illnesses. For a free mental health screening, call our toll-free number or visit our website today.
This is the weight room.
This is Charles Woodson of the Oakland Raiders. Charles helps the United Way build stronger communities by supporting fitness and nutritional programs that help kids succeed.
This exercise right here develops upper body strength.
So how much can you bench?
But there's other aspects to physical fitness. There's cardiovascular, there's flexibility.
So how much can you bench?
You know, bench about 340 pounds.
My dad can bench more than that. So can my dad.
Great.
My dad can too.
Fresh produce at Piggly Wiggly.
We're in the cup. Red tomatoes on a vine. Peaches and grapes. I like red tomatoes. I love corn on the cob. Apples. My little brother likes broccoli. He's weird.
Produce that's pampered to perfection. Just one more reason to shop at Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly! Shop it! This stuff is sweet.
Ben, welcome back to the Armory, where we've played one half of the second game of this doubleheader. The Sheboygan North boys sprinted out to a 14-0 lead, but have had to hang on to lead 33-28 at halftime as Sheboygan South, on the strength of 15 made free throws in the second quarter, at one point closed the game to 1. And
actually at 2, right? 27-26 and 29-28.
That's right. Perhaps, Marty, the most telling stat, and there's 2 of them, is free throw percentages, which both teams have shot 80% or better, and then the other is North's got a little bit of a foul problem.
The thing with the foul problem is that it allowed South to get back in the game, but where it really hurts the Northsiders is in the second half when those 2 and 3 fouls all of a sudden become 4 and 5 fouls, and now you don't have the option of bringing them back in. That's what's really going to hurt them. Decker started off very hot, had 14 points in the first quarter, had a quick 2 in the second, and then picked up a second foul and sat out the rest of the half.
Chad Decker led all scorers with 16 points in that first half. Brad Weiner added 12, and the only other Raider to score was Brandon Dawn. He had 5 points, a pair of free throws, and a 3-point shot. For Sheboygan South, off the bench, Admira Bisovic led the Red Wings with 8. Phelan and Murphy each had 6. Stubbe had 5. Zastro a basket, and Lubach hit 1 of 2 free throws for South's 28. But South 17 for 19 from the line, almost 90% as a team.
Great free throw shooting, and that's what got them back in the ball game. And you know, they hung with it. They didn't get their heads down. They stuck with it, and they made those free throws. And Admir Misovic was huge because he provided that big body inside, and having Stubbe back really made a big difference for the Red Wings also. I think he was one of the reasons why North, towards the end of the first half, pulled their press back and started to play him on a half court.
Bisovic with 3 fouls, the only Red Wing in foul trouble. Sheboygan North, Greg Manns and Kyle Tetchlog, both players that come off the bench, each have 3. But again, the Raiders 15 team fouls in the first halves.
Well, and I know Coach Desatel talked to the team about that, and another phone call?
I tell you, they're just ringing off the hook here tonight. In case you're just
lucky you're not in Judge Ito's courtroom, he'd have you kicked out by now.
In case you're just joining us, perhaps the most well-known voice in the world was here to introduce the starting lineups tonight, Michael Buffer. He's the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy, and dubbed this particular version of the North-South game, this edition, the War on the Shore.
I talked with Jim Larish. He was in charge of making sure Michael Buffer got here and scoped out the place in the afternoon and got here for the game. And he said he was just a wonderful guy, you know, real down to earth, easy to talk to.
Stubbe nice finds move. Murphy for an easy bunny, and South draws first blood in the second half.
And again, Stubbe does what he does best, and that's create.
Both teams started the same players that started the game. Decker's shot doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Wilson of South. South has Stubbe, Zastro, Wilson, Phelan, and Murphy on the floor as Stubbe breaks the North pressure. Raiders are countering with Hors and Decker. Weiner, Miller, and Schmitz. Murphy another easy 2 inside, and just like that, the Red Wings within 2.
And again, it was penetration that created the opportunity for Murphy. That time it happened to be Wilson.
South shot just 22% in the first half, but they're 2 for 2 in the third quarter. Raiders, on the other hand, 54% from the field in the first half. Weiner, 17-footer, and he knocked that. Both teams off to a hot start.
He has that ability, and I know I've mentioned this before, but he has the ability to get himself open for shots, and when South needs a hoop, he's the guy you want handling the ball. And of course, we saw that a number of times last year.
Phelan will take the ball into the middle. Murphy, another easy bunny.
That's 3 different players for South now to have set up opportunities, easy baskets for Scott Murphy. Phelan, Wilson, and Stubbe.
Murphy with 12. Horzen from 3, in and out. Murphy with the rebound.
That's Matt Horzen's only second attempt of the game, and I'm sure Coach Desatel doesn't like that.
Stubbe, 12-footer. He knocks it. South perfect from the floor, and they have the lead. Horzen can't answer. Offensive board and put back by Miller, and he's fouled. So Sheboygan South gets its first lead of the night at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Zastro whistled for the foul, his third. Miller nets the first free throw. North was 8 for 10 from the line in the first half.
That was one of their better efforts of the year, Stu. Times I've seen them play, they've struggled somewhat with their free throw shooting.
Miller's first 2 of the night, and the Raiders back in front, 37-36. Wilson breaks the pressure, still double teamed. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Wilson. Whoa. Dan Koopman was right there going, wait a minute.
Yeah, how can I see that and you can't? Well, I can see why Coach probably pulled off the press. He didn't have a lot of his good press people in the game in the later stages of the first half, because they're right back at it starting in the second half.
Decker called for the travel. Murphy breaks the press, kicks it out to Zastro. Stubbe from long range misses badly on that one.
He was hardly in the gym for that last three-pointer.
Mans and Wilson hustling back, knocks it away. South, and it's seesaw basketball. Decker comes up with it for North. Scoop shot and he scores.
Well, I think Wilson tried to get the offensive charge called, but referee wasn't falling for that.
Decker with 18. North by 3. Phelan will take it all the way, and he's fouled.
Miller with a big hack on Nick Phelan. Got to be careful on those kind of fouls. Somebody's going to get hurt.
3 fouls now on Miller. He's getting a little coaching from Wayner, saying, hey, no need to reach in, just get position.
And he's exactly right.
Phelan misses the first, but he'll be shooting 2. Nick had 6 points in the first half.
He's been their money man throughout the season.
Donut for 2 trip there, however. Orzen fouled after the shot, no call.
Yeah, you saw that too, Stu. The South defender slapped Orzen in the stomach. And again, the referee didn't call it. And we saw it on Nick Phelan when he attempted one down at that end of the floor also.
Josh Zastro gets tagged. I think that's his 4th. I think he's got 4.
Yep, that sign says 4.
Tetchlock 15-footer. That's no good. Gets his own rebound. Tried to get it inside. Got it back. Ping-ponging around. Decker spin move and scores.
Whoa. Chad Decker. A circus shot that time.
That was about a 270. Not quite a 360, Marty. I'd say 270.
Timeout by South, Stu. It's 30 seconds.
I think he might have taken that in part to get Zastro out of the game. He's got 4. Sheboygan South battled back to take the lead at 36-35, and since then Sheboygan North has run off 6 unanswered. The lead 41-36.
Boy, when we started, you know, and it got up to 14-0, we were wondering if the game was going to be over before it almost got started, but certainly not the case.
What did I tell you at that point?
Runs.
The game was going to be played in waves tonight. And we've seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't think there'd be a lot of free throws like that, though, Marty.
Well, when you commit 15 fouls, you're going to give
There's
the other
going to be a lot of free throws.
You're going to get a lot of opportunities, that's for sure.
South basketball. Stubbe brings it into the front court. Murphy came up short on that one. I think that's one of those, Marty, you think Murphy was expecting to get the whistle?
Oh, for sure.
Orzen for 3. He got that one. Matt's not bashful.
Trouble getting it in, but Murphy providing relief.
Horzen's first points of the night. Phelan on the drive, it's blocked. And Tetchlaw controls for North. Raiders have numbers. Decker takes it all the way. Layup no good. Murphy with the rebound for South. Horzen just missed the steal. Stubbe weaves his way through traffic. Behind the back, dribble, drive, short. Tetchlaw controls for the Raiders. That was sophomore on sophomore that time.
Well, I've taken it to the hole on Kyle Tetchlaw, and it's tough.
Wayner called for a charge. Brad Wayner, that's his first.
I felt the last two trips down for South to Nick Phelan the first time, Tim Stubbe the second time tried to do just a little bit too much, and the extension on the layup just wasn't there because of all of the energy expended out on the middle of the floor.
North continues to bring the pressure. This is Lubach. Stubbe double teamed, gets it ahead to Lubach. Wilson will drive baseline. His shot rolls off, no good. Decker comes away with the ball, and they're going to call a foul on Wilson.
Jake not happy about the call, but with Decker having the ball in his lap and Jake being behind him, there was no way to get at the ball except through the player, which it then becomes a foul. They get a good shot at Jake.
It's been a frenetic third quarter. Decker pull up. May have got away with a walk.
Well, and he did it with the left hand.
22 for Decker. His points per minute is huge.
Really? Well, and all of a sudden North has jumped back to a 10-point lead.
Adam Koenig seen his first action tonight, a 6-foot junior. And he gets the ball just in, gets a shot up, and he's fouled Tetchlaw. That'll be his fourth.
Coach not making a move to replace Kyle.
Tough spot for Koenig. He's been sitting on the bench for 5 minutes, comes in, and about the first 5 seconds he's on the floor, he's at the line and hits the second. Good for him. First point of the night for Adam.
Well, Miller now enters for Tetchlaw.
2:35 to play in the third quarter. Wayner will drive, pull up, 8-footer, rolls in. Wayner was 16.
Well, it just seems like, Stu, whenever he wants to get a shot off, he's going to get it off. There's just no stopping him.
Phelan double teamed out front, gets it to Stubbe. Phelan tried to leave it for Murphy, stolen by Decker. Koenig called for a block.
Chad Decker going extremely hard to the basket, and I think Koenig did move a little bit and force the contact.
Be a two-shot foul. I wonder if we can see that one again.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again.
That slide.
They're working frantically in the truck.
Decker, first attempt hard off the bracket. It's about the only thing he hasn't done well tonight.
Well, I actually got him 4 out of 5 so far. We're looking at the monitor waiting for that replay to happen.
Schmitz tried to save the miss but couldn't, and so South will get the basketball.
Hope nobody was standing behind that door.
North by 11, and they continue the full court pressure. Lubach has it knocked away by Decker, but Ibisevic controls. Lubach from the corner, shot hard off the rim. Wayner with a rebound. Decker is just relentless taking that ball in. and was fouled again.
He really is, boy. It's I've seen him North play several times already this year, and I still feel like times I sit here with my mouth gaping open, just wondering, wow, these guys, they're really something.
Bisovic gets his fourth. Decker's now missed 3 straight. Jake Wilson, who has 3 personals, comes in for South. And Murphy will check back in for Bisovic.
Probably a good substitution there, Stu. Get Admir out before the end of the quarter. He does have 3 fouls. You wouldn't want him to pick up his 4th in the 3rd quarter.
North lead now 12 with the Decker free throw. Koenig open from 15. Can't hit it. Murphy had the ball knocked away by Decker. South keeps it on this end.
Now, one of the things that's hurting South here in the 3rd quarter, Stu, is they're not getting to the free throw line a lot, and they're not hitting their shots real well.
Inbound lob to Murphy. Working the left baseline, and foul's going to be called. On Miller, and that'll be his 4th.
And Miller and Tetschlag with 4 fouls, 2 of the taller players for the Raiders.
Thing is, players can put their arms straight up, but if they keep sticking their chest into the other player, they're going to get called for the foul. That's what happened to Miller that time.
Brian Herman checking in for Miller.
Murphy's had a solid quarter for the Red Wings. That's his 7th point of the quarter. Make it 8.
14 for the game.
10-point North lead. Raiders with the ball. 1:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Orson for 3. Hard off the rim. Decker with the offensive board.
A good help defense by Adam Koenig.
Wayner will try the 3. He's short of the mark. And Murphy wards off Herman. Are they going to call him for the wipe away or Herman for the foul?
They're going to get Murphy for the wipe away, and you saw it right, Stu, at least that time. He did he did push him away with the offhand. A good call by the official.
Can't wait to see the replay on that goaltending call.
Again.
Orson for 3. He misses badly. And Herman tried to save it in and couldn't, so South gets the ball. Wilson will bring it in for the Red Wings. Mans comes back into the lineup for North.
Yep. Basically, all you need to do with Stubbe is get him the ball and then clear it out. He'll take care of the rest.
He got caught with the walk that time.
Oh. Was it a walk, Stu? I missed it.
Yep. I think I was right that time, Marty.
You usually are.
40 seconds to go. Mans takes it into the lane. Little shovel pass. Schmitz. He goes across to Herman for 2.
Nice teamwork shown there by the Golden Raiders.
Boom, boom, boom. Stubbe splits the defense.
He's got people open on the other side of the floor.
Wayner picks up his 2nd. Yeah, there were 4 white jerseys all over there, which means there had to be some red jerseys standing open. Brandon Don comes in for Tom Desautels. South ball, 22 seconds to go. 3rd quarter. 51-39, North leads.
Herman trying to slide over and cut off the baseline, but was a little bit late. He's going to get tagged with the foul.
Well, Herman may have hurt himself that time by not falling backwards. I thought he got a pretty solid shoulder in the chest. He just didnn't move. Vaughn's into the game was wide open.
Yeah.
And he still is. Thought about the 3. Murphy will take the 3 and drain it. He's had a big quarter. Murphy was 17. 3 seconds to go. Decker trying to get off a shot, called for the travel.
Well, Chad, I hope you got a tape of the game, because when you see that replay, you'll see that you didn't walk.
And there's the horn ending the third quarter. Sheboygan North leads Sheboygan South 51-42.
For a free exercise guide for folks over 50, call 1-800-222-2225.
My mom is a hero. She goes into places normal people want to get away from. She rescues families, makes everyone safe. But the best thing she can do is come home.
The U.S. Fire Administration reminds you to protect the heroes who protect our lives. Have a smoke alarm on every floor. Test it monthly. Replace the battery yearly. Do your part to get out before they have to come in.
It's been a game played in waves. Sheboygan South came out and scored 8 of the first 10 points in the third quarter to grab their first lead of the night, and Sheboygan North promptly answered with 11 in a row, and the Raiders lead 51-42 as we start the fourth quarter. Stu Hoffensberger here with Mike Martin. And North has the opening possession of the quarter, Marty.
And they have their starting lineup back on the floor.
Wayner turnaround 12-footer, he hit it. Wayner with 18.
You can't just isolate him. I mean, a defensive player on Wayner. You need to give the defender help.
Wilson, Murphy, and he got another bunny.
A nice move to get himself open on the inside to get around Adam Schmitz.
Murphy had 11 in the third quarter, now has 19 on the night. North lead is still 9. Decker being ridden by Koenig, and he'll get the foul, his second. Both teams in the bonus. Decker hit his first 4 and then missed 3 of his next 4, so we're not exactly sure what we'll get here. Hit his first.
It's kind of like Chef Surprise.
Always used to be your favorite in Hot Lunch, Marty, right? 1 for 2 trip.
Hoop didn't want that one. Rimmed around and popped out. And for Miller, I think that's going to be his 5th.
Brandon Miller is fouled out with 7:17 remaining in this game. Pretty close to a full house here tonight.
Yeah, big crowd for sure. Brian Herman checking in. He's getting a lot more minutes tonight than he has in previous games. Well, a couple of free throws, you get a good shot of Josh Zastro. A couple free throws by Josh will definitely help the cause for the Red Wings. They're down 10.
And he misses. So North with the ball in a 10-point lead. Horsen out front, goes to Decker. Wayner rolls it in and is fouled.
Well, I didn't think there was any chance of his shot going in. He got hit pretty hard, but he's a strong kid and got the shot up on the rim, and it rolled down for him.
Wayner now with 20. And a chance to give North a 13-point lead.
Wilson gets tagged for the foul, Stu. I've got him for 4.
Probably right. I think I saw the 3 facing me.
Got to be a little dyslexic.
Wayner can't convert the three-point play, and the North lead stays at 12. Stubbe quickly the other way. Goes to the corner, and Phelan for three. Long of the mark, and a foul on Schmitz as Wilson gets the offensive board. Schmitz is second personal.
Well, Jake Wilson in great rebound position on the weak side, and Adam Schmitz just not reacting to the ball. Again, it boils down to free throws, Stu. South needs to hit them.
Wilson gets his first point of the night. And the second one goes in as well. You don't see that often where it hits the bracket and just dies and goes in. I fortunately didn't hit the bracket too many times, Marty, but I know my shots never, when they hit the bracket, reacted like that.
They never went in, huh?
It came out right back to me, and then I'd hit the second one. Decker splits three defenders.
You know, there's no conceit in your family.
And then has
you got it all.
And then has the ball knocked out of bounds. I just tell it like it is, my friend. 6:31 to play in this one. North leading by 10. The largest lead of the night was 14 in the first quarter. South battled back to take the lead in the third quarter. And I don't see where the guy on the baseline's making that call 25 feet away.
Well, not just how far away he is, but the angle that he has. You know, there's no angle to make that call.
Phelan's first personal, but I don't think he committed it.
No, I don't think so either. Wonder what Keith Bondi thinks. He was the official that had the good angle.
It's really been a two-man crew for North in terms of scoring. Wayner now with 21. Decker has 24. That's 45 of their 57 points. 58-46 North. Still a lot of time left in this one. And South has shown an ability to climb back. Stubbe out front. He's hounded by Horzen. Phelan from way downtown. Shot comes off hard.
One of the things that happens, Stu, when you can't get your normal open shot and finally you get open for something, all of a sudden you find yourself, 30 feet out on the floor, or 27 or so, and you launch it up there, and it's not really a good shot. And it's a testament, I guess, to North playing good pressure defense and not allowing Phelan and Stubbe to get the shots they would really like.
Horzen just short. Decker controls the offensive board. He'll take it in underneath. No good, but foul.
Boy, how did he not step on the line?
Come on, you had as good an angle as that ref down there. Lubach, his first personal. Timeout, Sheboygan South. 5:38 to play, and North leads South 58-46.
Piggly Wiggly.
Corn in the cob, red tomatoes on a vine. Peaches and grapes? I like red tomatoes. I love corn on the cob. Apples. My little brother likes broccoli. He's weird.
Produce that's pampered to perfection. Just one more reason to shop at Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly! Shop at Pig! This stuff is sweet.
There's the scoreboard. 5:38 remaining in this one. It's Sheboygan North 58, Sheboygan South 46, and Marty with the three-point line, and South's ability to hit from outside. This is far from over.